Super professional intro with no music so I don't get copyright struck. Struck. Yeah! Hello there, and welcome to the tour of the first run Hover Vehicles 08 HoverCamper. My name is Wimperman, and I'm the Chief Designer, Chief Builder, Chief Architect, and Chief Dumbass of the HoverCamper Update project. So, as you can see, she's here already behind me, and if you watch the refitting of video, you'll see just how derpy the original that was built before the release of the game actually looked, especially compared to this. In my opinion, this looks more like a vehicle that in real world would be sent to the Arctic regions, the polar regions I should say, there's only one Arctic region, whatever, for exploring and stuff. So let's go through her capabilities. Now, she is a starter vehicle. The idea is this is meant to be one of the first HVs, oh my god, that you bring in. And she does have a respawn point, a constructor, a fridge, an armor locker, and a turret on the roof for defending against drones. There is also an O2 station just in case it's needed, but as you can see by default, she comes open to whatever environment she's in. Now I will go through in a bit how to enclose it. Obviously you can do whatever you want to enclose it, but I had as I built this, I built it with the enclosed in mind, so I will go through how I envision it would be done. But for now, like I said, we shall go through her capabilities. So stock, she comes with 2 mediums in all directions and 4 normal sized hover engines. There are space for 4 more when you upgrade this to tier 2. And that's what one of these red blocks are for. There's also more red blocks here in the kind of engine bay. Now the 2x1 red block kind of shapes are for more fuel, and the one behind the generator is for when you need to upgrade that to a normal size from this small one. As you can see, harvest module, is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it is. And the harvest box itself is there in the floor. I'm gonna mention, since we are here, there's some weird issue with clipping here. As you can see, I struggle to walk past that corner of the container controller, and I don't fully understand it. It's like there's a tiny bit of glass there or something. I mean, unless it's that window, but that window is definitely on the block above. That's not coming down into this block. But yeah, so I have no idea why there's an issue here. I'm hoping at some point Elion will fix it, but I don't know. Right, so there's the ammo box for the turret on the roof. There is a block underneath it that you can replace with another extension to make that slightly bigger. But I thought, since it's only that turret that you're going to be driving with, unless you can find some place to put other Gatling guns on it, I would have thought a controller with an extension would be fine. As you can see, there's a space for more O2 tanks in case you do need to enclose this. There's a space here for a medic station and an extra cargo box, one of these kinds, for putting in meds, I imagine it would be. Moving forward, we have a pretend make-believe bed, which the original had, although the original's was bigger, it was 2 blocks wide, but in order to rein in the space of this, I had to bring the front end in by 1 block. That meant that this doorway needed to be 3 wide rather than 2 wide, just so you could get past the driver's seat. There's a space over here for more fuel or whatever you choose to put there. and I've allocated that space there for the T2 CPU extender. If of course you find another place to put it, by all means. And that's it. She has the usual headlights on the front and tail light flares on the back. She does also have some manually operated lights. There's always a lever that controls them. They can also be controlled by the interior and exterior lights custom signals. Let me just fill up a little bit. Don't want it to run out. Now, I'm not going to make any illusions about this vehicle. It's not quick, and it doesn't handle very well. In fact, it was worse when it was only 2 small thrusters in all directions. At least now it's 2 mediums. But it's still not great. As I explained in the the refitting of video, it's sort of a trade-off. If you want a starter HV that you can walk around in, like I do, you have to accept the fact that it's going to be bigger and therefore slower. But this is how she handles. Let's turn me HUD back on. So it's not great, it's not terrible, but yeah, wrong button. There we go. It's okay. I think when you get the T2 CPU extender in it and you upgrade the thrusters, it will be better. I should also mention as well that she's entirely made of carbon composite, which I've been accidentally calling carbon substrate, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. Either that or that's what the carbon composite is made from. I'll check later. I can't be bothered to now. She does come with a few colours. By default she comes in this burnt orange kind of colour, but she also comes in a sort of ice white. Yes. She comes in a kind of a dull green, as well as this kind of sandy colour. Obviously you can change those for whatever you like, or you can pick which one of those you prefer. Right, I'm going to show you real quick how I envision this would be made airtight. It has come out of God mode. Get your tool of preference. I'm guessing a T2 multi-tool. So you would take out that block, that window, and that window. Did it put them on the hotbar? I should have 4. So yes, it did. Oh, and no, wrong button. Let's take out that block and that block. Yep, they went onto the hotbar. Good. So you'll want to pick. Excuse me, stay crouched. Pick that block. I mean, I would repaint the bottom of that texture, but at least you'd get the outside textures correct. So there's those, and then that block just there, because you want to carry on the roof. Yes. That was the window. Okay, so that's all the blocks gone. The damaged texture there I would repaint as well. I'm using around these windows. Get rid of that. I think it's that colour, and it's definitely that texture. Yep, seems to be. Oh, the front ones you might need to do something else with, but the side ones you can do that. I mean, if it doesn't bother you, you could leave it how it is, but... right, so next is the ventilators. I would personally choose that shape. That's the one I had in mind when I was building. Wrong button again. Now I like to paint my air vents white, but you can paint it pink if you like, I don't mind. Then we have some windows. The first is this big one in the side. And then change the rotation of that. There is another one the same size and shape over here. And then it's simply the 4 along the front. Missed. There we go. Let me just paint that one and that one. Not that it matters. You could leave it if you like. So this door here is a 2 wide door. You could put this on the outside block or the inside block. It'll go in either place. Come on, behave yourself. There we go. Then there's a 3 wide door here. That definitely needs to go on the inside block because of the light and the switch up there. Then 2 more 2 wide doors. One on the back. Again, there's a light and a switch preventing it from going on the outside. And then this one, which again you could put on the outside if you prefer. Now, if it was me, personally, I would do a glass door there in between the cab and the living area. But that's entirely up to you. Alright, so there we go. And then if we do oxygen. Oh, I need actual oxygen, don't I? Ha! Moron. There we go. Well, let's prove it with the debug. There we go. So, I think that's nice and simple. I left it as simple as I could. I'm not going to bother repainting the doors. You can do that if you wish. But there we go. Yeah, I think that's everything I need to mention. I kind of talked you through where everything goes. So when you do upgrade this to tier 2, I would recommend upgrading all of the carbon composite with steel, because that's not a lot of hit points there. 12 protecting whatever fuel you're sat next to. That's what I would recommend, and in order to do that you would probably need the extra 4 hover engines. Oh, there's no hover boosters on this one. I would suggest you put one on if you would like when you upgrade it. Right, there we go. That is the tour of the new HoverCamper. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for taking an interest in it. Hopefully I'll either see you in the other video for this build or in another video for a different build. Thank you very much and goodbye. Super professional outro! Just to give you time really to remove this video from your watch later list or something.